Good morning, folks. My name's Joe and I am the middle-aged angler. Welcome to another episode of the show. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I am off today to my club halter. I joined it, it's finally come through a few weeks ago. This is the second time. The first time I went, I wasn't organised, so I forgot my landing net handle, for starters, which was a pain. But it was also raining. Got there, not an issue, set my brolly up. Went to sit inside, the wind changed round, was blowing straight into my face, so the wind was blowing in my face, which was obviously creating a bigger bulge in the brolly. Also, the rain was in my face. That tampered with the forgetting certain bits and pieces. Just couldn't be bothered, so turned around and came home early. So I didn't vlog that at all. So we're going to give it another shot now. It's supposed to be sunny today. It's sunny at the moment, as you can see, with the shade. So yeah, I'm going to give it another go. I shall see you when I get over there and pick a swim, and I shall show you what the lake's like a little bit. Right, folks, as you can see, I'm here now and I'm joined by a fair few ducks. This is the swim I came to last time. It's quite a nice open swim. There's probably enough room for about 3 or 4 anglers in this swim. Oh, just seen a little cormorant over there as well. So I think this is where I'm going to pick again. I'll spin you around and show you a bit more of the lake rather than just myself. So yeah, this is the big lake on the club, so it goes round the corner as well. So this is the swim I'm in, so it's a fairly wide swim, and then it goes up to that end, around the corner a bit there as well. Yeah, like I say, this swim gives you a few more options. There's swims opposite, you can see there's one over there, just where they're walking. There's another one over there. There's a few swims about, but this is quite a nice swim. Like I say, plenty of ducks over here, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to be fishing the method feeder, so they shouldn't bother us too much. Yeah, there's obviously options to go onto that corner on the. Well, there's plenty of open water as well, and then there's down that reed bank as well. So I've got plenty of options here. I'll probably start out in the middle somewhere, and then maybe come into the margins a bit later on, depending on how long I'm fishing. Also, with this swim, there are some trees, so it gives me a bit of cover from the sun as long as it stays behind me. But yeah, let's go and get my gear and get set up. Hopefully it'll be a good day today. Right, folks, I've been fishing for about half an hour or so ish. Just started setting up. I had a lovely guy come over. He's over here from Trinidad visiting his family. He was just chatting to me for about half hour or so while I was setting up and my first cast out. I did have a couple of knocks on that first chuck, but didn't result to much. Also got using the 6mm chocolate orange again, and I'm using the pellets that I had left over from Decoy Lake. I hope you can hear, because there's obviously a little breeze about. Yeah, I'm fishing about halfway across, maybe a little bit shorter than halfway, but there has been a lot of movement just in front of me. I've tucked a few pellets over that way, just a bit more in the margin, so I think I'm going to give out there a couple of hours, and if nothing progresses, I'll probably start fishing a bit further down. The pellets I've got, I think they're a little bit over wet, so they're a bit sticking a little bit. alongside of there, just a small one. Yeah, but obviously, as you can probably see from behind me, the lake is in the middle of a housing estate. So if anyone that knows the Peterborough area, Hampton is a big estate, and the ticket has got 4 or 5 lakes within the estate, and obviously this is the biggest one of the lakes. This has got a bit more greenery around it. 1 or 2 others that I've driven past, it's just pretty much a path around it. They look quite nice lakes though. There is a match on one of these, on 2 of the smaller lakes today. Yeah, lucky enough there's not a match on here, so this is where I wanted to fish, because obviously this has got the bigger tench. And being the bigger lake, I'm hoping it's got a bigger head of carp and head of fish as well. There's no carp in any of the lakes. I don't know if that was deliberate. I tend to think it was, because obviously carp are highly sought after, and when you've got lakes in the middle of a housing estate, you know, there's the chance of them going missing, shall we say. But yeah, it's as you can probably hear, it's a little bit breezy today. I might go and get my jacket from the car in a while. The sun is coming out now behind the trees. You can probably see the glare of it. But yeah, this one's been in just over 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm giving them probably 20-30 minute casts to start with. But I'll catch up with you at some point, hopefully when I get a fish. Not a great cast. A little bit short where I was previously. You'll have to do, the wind has picked up a little bit. I'll switch the camera around. The wind, yeah, it's just got a little jacket, it's a bit chilly now. There's one person falling. There are quite a few clouds in the sky. It's not predicted to rain. I've just checked again and it's still not saying rain. But it just feels a bit in the air. Yeah, this wind, as you can probably hear, it's whipping up a bit. But it can't be perfect weather every time, so and I'd be moaning if it was too hot. Fingers crossed no blank today though, guys. First time on the water. Don't really know too much. I know what's in it roughly, and I don't really know the best swims and the best areas in these swims and stuff like that, so it'll take a while possibly, but we'll see. Well folks, I have my first fish. Not bad roach. I think it's going to be a netter. It's just a little bit too big to just hand it in. Alright, this is only the first fish in a new water. First fish in a new net. Got a spider on it. Red fins on it, small fish, but these are lovely fish, roach, aren't they? Right folks, just had another small roach, similar sort of size to that one, maybe a little bit smaller. This one was a bit of a drop back, and as I wound in, I didn't think there was anything there, to be fair. There was a couple of little jabs as it got a bit closer, and then obviously saw the small roach. So it's not a blank, too small roach. Alright, that was a bit of fun, guys. Just started eating my ham roll halfway through it. And the tripod, as you can see, I've moved now. Leave the tripod. The tripod blew over, knocking my drink off of my table. So picked up the rest of my drink, picked up the tripod, and I've wedged it now against the table. So hopefully it shouldn't blow over again. Went to take another bite out of my sandwich. As I turn around, the rod's quite a couple of jolts. Put the roll down, pick the rod up, nothing. I don't know if I missed the bite or whether it was a liner. Yeah, a bit frustrating. Bit of a weird kind of moment, like I say, just things crashing about, and as always happens when you start to eat your lunch. I'm going to give it another couple of casts if I don't catch out there. Another couple of casts, and then I'm going to go down into the a bit more down to the margins on the left. I think there's something there. Yeah, let's give it a strike. There's definitely something on the bait. Whether something's actually taking it, we shall. There's a bit of a weed bed as well, about halfway across. It keeps getting trapped in. Have a look. Is there anything on here? It's another little wrench. Smallest of the three so far. Right folks, I made a little change. Just a little while ago, I had another couple of just little pulls on them. Because I'm getting smaller fish, I feel like I need to strike, you know, most indications. As I struck, there was a fish that moved, like, I don't know, a couple of rod lengths out, so I think it was just line bites, but there's nothing there. So I've decided to up it a little bit. So I'm now using 8mm power scopex rather than the 6mm chocolate orange. I know it's not a big move, and I have got 10mm if I want to. But, I'm going to leave this out here. I'm going to switch over in about 20 minutes anyway to the margin, so this will be my last cast out there unless I get a nice tench. This will be my last cast out to the middle, and then I'm going to go down the margin. So, like I say, just switch up a little, slightly little bigger on the hook, and see how it goes. But it's not a blank. That's all I'm happy about, really. We'll have a tench out there, which I'm disappointed about. Still, we've got 3 or 4 hours left, so let's see how it goes. Alright folks, just had a bit of a drop back. I think I've got a fish on. Don't think it's massive. But it is bigger. That's way bigger. It felt bigger, but you go. Another roach about the same sort of size as that first one. Bit of a damage there on its dorsal. I think I'm going to change now to the margin for a while. With a couple of snags close in, which I've noticed, like branches sticking out. So I'm going to give it a couple of, at least a couple of casts down there. See if anything fishy down there. If it's too snaggy, then obviously I'll go back out again, but definitely worth a little go. So it's going to be fishing that way. Right folks, it's going down into margin. I've had 4 really good pulls on it. Just had another one then as well actually, just sort of turn the camera on. Really good pulls, a couple of them in a pull and a drop back. Strike into absolutely nothing. That time I got a good pull and he went slack, so I just wound it and there's nothing. Not wound in, but just like tied up. I'm not sure if it's fish. We're getting liners or what. Another little roach. I've got this one, very delicate this one. Pretty fish. The red in them is absolutely gorgeous. The reddy orange. Oh joy, some of the dog. Right folks, 22. A bit of weird last half hour. My mate John I work with, works in the prison as well. He's a bailiff over here and he just, I told him the other day I was fishing here and he popped over for half hour or so. He said the swim that I'm in doesn't get fish very often. He said don't know why. I said I think possibly because of that what I said earlier, that little come over here and feeding the ducks. But yeah, it's, the other side is better, the other side's good, down the far end. So gives the options for next time. Where I'm casting to, so that looks a good area there. There's a drop off about 20 foot out, 15-20 foot out. There's a drop off. I'm just on that side of it, so it's good for tench. He did say there's a girl that started recently. He did say her name, I can't remember it now, but she fishes with her partner, and they fish down the far end, and they've been experimenting with bait sizes, and they've been using a 15mm boilie and catching tench. So I've shoved on the 10mm chocolate orange, just the biggest I've got like today. So I've shoved that on, and I'm going to see what happens. I've had another couple of roach since then, so I'm up to 8 roach I've had now. And the last roach, the last bite I had when John was still here, struck into it, and it come up. It seemed to ping quite quickly, and then I felt like I was in a snag. Ended up pulled in a bit of a branch. So that was my last, and I got the hook in my finger. Pulled in the branch, unhooked that. John went, put on a 10 miller, and cast back out. I don't know if you just saw that fish jumping just about there. But yeah, I've got another 3/4 of an hour or so. The pellets is now done. Got to pull on it again. Oh, it's definitely a fish. I felt a shake. That's all I can cast out now. I've got no pellets left, so. That was annoying. It felt like it felt like a better fish that time. But I did feel a shake and then it come off. Could have been that tench. And like I say, I've got about 3/4 of an hour. I'm going to shove 10. I've keep on the 10 mil on here. End of the pellets is now. The last cast was my last cast with any pellets on at all. They're finished. So it's just going to be a bare 10 mil rafter, chocolate orange rafter, and see what we can produce. Hopefully we get another couple of fish, and hopefully I can get that tench. While he was actually, John did say there are some nice pike in here, and there's also a few catfish in here, up to 50-60 pounds. So they very rarely get caught, because not many people fish for them. Obviously cats tend to get caught trying to fish for carp, and they compete, so they do have cat matches every now and again, like overnight matches. But yeah, so there are cat in there, there's nice pike in there, there's tench, roach, rudd, bream. It's got a bit of a mixed bag except for the carp really. Yeah, fingers crossed I can get 1 or 2 more roach, or please a tench. Catch up with you in a while, guys. Alright folks, obviously finished now. I fished on, it's 3 o'clock now almost, so I fished on for another 20-30 minutes after I last spoke to you. Didn't get any other bites at all. I think switching to that 10 mil obviously, I don't have that pushed the roach away, but like I say, I didn't have any other fish after that. It was a good day's fishing. I fished for a long time, not easy fishing, and after speaking to John, he did say that a lot of the time when it's been rain the night before, they don't always fish well, and there was a bit of rain last night, so now that able to do a bit as well. But enjoyable day. First time out on the club water, so I will be back there again. Obviously, I'll be fishing there quite regularly. I would have thought that'd be probably a main place. I'll still go to decoy. I might to other places as well. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Ended up with eight roach. I lost 2 at the net and landed 8. So. All in all, not a bad day's fishing. Yeah, not a bad day's fishing. Not what I was hoping for, obviously one of those tench. But the battle's still on, and I will be back to try and find it. So anyway guys, that's it for this week. Take care. Tight lines from the middle-aged angler, and see you next time on the bank.